Quick little video on my lunch break before I head back to work. I just went out and clipped some more suckers off of my tomato plants. So my experiment is, it's August 26th, so we're getting to the end of our growing season for our determinate varieties. My super sauce, I barely had anything that I could really clip to transplant here to root. So I had to get this done this week before anything else, burned up and dried up and died. So my experiment is that rather than saving seeds from these plants this year, because I didn't do as well as I wanted to with keeping the blossoms contained in blossom bags, and I didn't do as well with that to prevent cross-pollination. So my plan is to take, I think I took maybe 3 or 4 cuttings from each plant. There's still a few left out there. I think I have 8 in here right now, 8 or 9. I'm not sure, at least 8. So anyway, I have 3 or 4 clippings from each plant, and I'm going to let those all root here in water. And then once they are sufficiently rooted, I'm going to up pot them into some decent pots. I'll actually go out and buy some pretty pots. And I will put these up in the office over the winter. I may even experiment with 1 or 2, like the grape and the cherry maybe, and I may even do a tomatillo, and see if I can get them to actually flower and fruit in the house over the winter. But I will save some of them and just keep some of them trimmed back so that they can get nice and bushy, hopefully. In the office, I'll probably build a shelf, and it gets decent light in there, but not too much light, and it stays reasonably warm in there with the wood-burning stove going. I don't want them out in the rest of the house because it does get really perched in here. So I'll keep them in the office. I'll keep them trimmed back, and then it's my hope that they will keep throughout the winter. And I will be able to go ahead then in the spring, say around March or April, repeat this process, take clippings off of the plants that these clippings will produce, and then take those clippings, root them, pot them, put them out in the cold frame to get stronger, and then have really nice, big, strong, healthy plants come May. That way I'm planting the same plant essentially that I had planted last year. Now we're already, it looks like it's going to rain. This guy's looking pretty angry out there right now. Those are ash and they're about dead. Those will be coming down, but you can see it's already, I mean, like I said, it's August 26th and the leaves are already starting to change, which really concerns me for this winter because that's really kind of early for these maples to be changing. They usually don't change until September around here. So anyway, that's my hope. I'm going to keep track of this little experiment and see where they go. And hopefully we'll have a lot of really nice plants, nice healthy plants to put out in May. Maybe I'll do an update on how they're looking in, I don't know, after hunting season when things slow down. So sometime in December maybe. I mean, I just pulled some of these now, so they look kind of wilty yet. They just got in the water. Like that one just looks pathetic. And I did label them, so I actually do know which ones they are. But so we'll see. And then I'm also going to bring in pepper plants this year. I'll probably bring in several of my green peppers. I have about 5 or 6 yellow, red, and orange peppers, about 5 or 6 plants between that color spectrum. I have about a dozen hot pepper plants, different types. So I'll probably bring at least 2 in of each of those. And I have a Mad Hatter that I want to bring in, and 2 eggplants, if I didn't already say that. So all of those are coming in this year. So this poor window is probably going to be really congested this winter with pepper plants and things like that, and I may experiment and keep some down in the basement, like take the extras and put them down there and see if I can get them to overwinter in the basement. I don't know how cold it gets down there. It does get pretty chilly. It might get down into the 50s down there. I mean, we never had our pipes freeze, so it's at least 50, 55 down there. So that's the plan for overwintering, so that we can maybe have a jump start next year on the garden. I'm also going to try and start some tomatillos in the house, because I'm really excited about those. This year was the first time I'd eaten any of those, and I absolutely love them. So I have some green from some that we had purchased at the store that I had saved, and I did a test germination, and they had like 100% germination rate, which was awesome. And I also ordered some purple tomatillos from Baker Creek. So I'll probably get those started in the winter, get those going into big healthy plants, and so I'll do an update on those and these, and we'll see where everything is at in a few months once everything is dead and there's snow on the ground.